By being a media student and carrying out coursework for the subject, it was vital that I included many methods of media technologies within the research and planning, construction and evaluation stages of the coursework. The main and most regularly used technology within the coursework is Blogger. This is a form of convergence whereby all my work can be kept in one place, be accessed on any device with internet, and saves time on printing and organising a physical folder. On the Blogger I have posted videos from YouTube, both my own and others such as music videos I have studied. Text-based posts is also featured. In terms of imagery, I have posted images that I have found online and my own photos, such as photos of us filming the stop motion. Also, pieces of work in a paper format can be scanned into a printer as an image to then upload to the blog. This was appropriate for the storyboarding and note-taking I made. Within the research, in addition to text and image-based posts, I recorded myself discussing the function, purpose and history of music videos to vary the structure of my work and the posts I made. For this, I used my own camera and Adobe Premiere editing software to put together the video clips of me talking. I found this editing software much easier to use than Final Cut Pro, which we were required to use for the editing of our music video. What we needed to do with our music video, i.e. nothing too fancy, the same could have been achieved in Adobe Premiere in less time and more efficiently, due to the more complex setup of Final Cut Pro. The complexity of Final Cut Pro did cause us some problems in that it saves some clips to the shared area of one computer, meaning those clips cannot be accessed on another computer. Moving from computer to computer meant resetting the capture scratch disk each time, causing video clips to be all over the place. As a result, some of the video clips had been lost or deleted, meaning we had to go out and film again. There was also problems with saving drafts of our video numerous times due to a restricted memory space. On the other hand, it is quite easy to locate tools and effects in Final Cut, and the footage never lagged, making fine and precise editing possible. Within the editing on Final Cut Pro, we predominantly just cut down the clips and matched them to the song. Additional techniques we used was adjusting brightness and contrast, colouring, using vignettes to make clips appear dreamlike, and a dazzling tool which also enhanced the principle of a dream scene to the audience. We also slowed the speed of some clips and sped others up, as well as reversing a clip in the dream sequence. As a result, we had to use a tool that reduced the distorted pixelation caused by changing the speed of the clips. During the process of my coursework, I used additional websites to Blogger, including YouTube to view music videos I could analyse and find inspiration from for my own work. mp3unsigned.com was a website recommended to us to research and choose a song to create a music video to, and it was on this website we found Hole Puncher. This website allowed us to view multiple genres, solo artists and bands, allowing us to decide on what style and theme to go for before we had made any final decision on the song or music video ideas. I had ideas in my head of images I wanted to use in my Digipack magazine advert, but used Instagram and Google Images to further these ideas. I also used the internet to research features and conventions in music videos and the ancillary texts. The physical technology used within my coursework includes cameras, tripods, lighting, PCs and Macs. For the filming of a production, both moving image and stop motion, the camera we used was a Canon Ligria. This was a suitable camera for most of the footage as it produced clear and good quality video clips, but it did struggle with some of the darker scenes where there wasn't enough lighting in the room. For all other film clips within my coursework, for example the animated storyboard I made, me discussing music videos and this evaluation question, I used my own camera, which is a Nikon Coolpix S3-100. This is because this camera saved video clips in a format I could work with on my own PC, when the other film camera didn't. I also had more access to my own camera than the Canon, which belonged to my college. All the photos I took myself within my coursework, such as my Digipack magazine advert and to evidence work in progress, were taken using Nikon Coolpix also. The camera worked better for taking photos as they were of very good quality, which meant I could easily edit the ones I needed to. The video clips the camera produced were alright, but are not of the best quality. However, for its purpose within my coursework, the clips didn't need to be of the best quality, unlike the actual music video production itself. The process of using stop motion perhaps is where we use the most technology. Originally we had a webcam attached to the MacBook with the iStopMotion software on it. However, the webcam wasn't ideal for us because it had a delay on it, meaning the background lighting behind the mannequin was different in every photo we took, so the animation didn't flow. Instead of using the webcam with the MacBook, we took the individual photos using the Canon Legria, which was fixed to a tripod. The room we used to create our animation scenes had no windows, so we also had to use artificial lighting in the form of hot lights, which looked more professional and showed the mannequin as being powerful, which we wanted to. These photos had to be put together on Final Cut Pro in a new sequence and turned into a number of video files so they looked like proper stop-motion animation. The individual video clips were fitted into the appropriate places on the timeline of the music video sequence. For the photos I edited, the images on my digipack and the magazine advert, I used 3 photo editing suites. I began with Adobe Photoshop for the practice photos of ideas I had for the digipack. So this was all the photos with the lightning eye theme. Within Photoshop I used tools that airbrushed, changed the colour of the whole image or certain parts of the image, and cut out parts of one image and layered it over the top of another image, for example the lightning in the eyes. However, I chose not to use the images and went with a different style. In addition, I used Photoshop to create my magazine advert. Firstly, to cut out the image of my artist from the original photo, I used the magnetic lasso tool by tracking around the outline. I then added a drop shadow using the blending options and adjusted the size and placement as well as the opacity to make the image look realistic. By using the gradient tool, I processed the colours of the background to go from a misty grey to a vibrant orange. This entailed drawing gradients in various directions to get the curve effect, using a filter overlay, changing the blend mode to multiply and again adjusting the opacity. This was a lengthy process, but this is how Photoshop allowed me to create my magazine advert. I also added on the text to the image afterwards. As for the images in my digipack, I used 2 websites, and these were Pixlr and PhotoFlexer, as they allowed me to do simple and effective editing in that I just changed and adjusted colours, hues, saturations and style. This was easier than using Photoshop. Again, I added the appropriate text to the images as well as additional features such as a barcode and social networking logos. For one of my evaluation questions, I decided to use Microsoft PowerPoint, which I felt was appropriate as the answer to the question could be divided into categories, which were easy to fit onto slides. Also, I had images that helped evidence my answer, which are easy to put together with the text on PowerPoint. Another question was answered in the form of a podcast, and to record my voice I used an application on my mobile phone called Smart Voice Recorder, and I also used it to answer this question. It is simple to use and picks up the sound of my voice well and clearly. Also within this question I have filmed footage of what is taking place on my computer screen, and for this I used a software called Fraps. I think answering this question in a documentary-like style is effective because I can also clearly show how I've used media technologies as well as just talking about each. To conclude this video, it is then evident that to have researched and created my music video production and ancillary tasks as well as evaluating these media texts to such a standard, I have had to use many different media technologies. This includes both physical technology, software and the internet.